Alright, y'all. Back with another beer review. And this one's a little different from what I typically do. This is a double IPA. Check out the can. Really cool can that I'm definitely going to save. This is from Southern Prohibition Brewing Company out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It's called Crowd Control. Comes in at 8% ABV. The date on it is March 25th of 2020. I really love this can though. Now I will admit, this is my second one. I did make a video on the first one, but I wanted to do another one, and that way I could give my thoughts on it a little better. And is that a hair? Yeah, if it is, it's my hair. So yeah, it's a hair. Whatever. Be alright. Ain't gonna kill me. Four is a very beautiful color though. Tangerine, thick head on it, off-white colored. Your typical color. This is very unfiltered. If y'all want to see the first video, just leave a comment. I might post it. I'm not sure the IBUs on it. The nose is very tropical. Very tropical, very hoppy. Hard for me to pick up the malt on the nose. Excuse me. Smell of pine. A lot of sediment in it. Now I'm sure the bottom of this can is going to have a majority of the sediment. I'm going to drink some of this before I pour it. So let's dive in. And forgive me for my lack of knowledge on IPAs. I mean, it's been a while. Very fruity, very tropical, citrusy, piney. Finishes off with a very dry taste. Leaves your mouth dry and sticky. Mm. My pet squirrel once said that it's very similar, that hops taste very similar to marijuana. I wouldn't know, but my pet squirrel told me. Interesting note. And look at the head, though. See if I can tilt this without dropping the laptop. Can you see it? Pretty cool. To me, anyways. And it's very, well, not very bitter. It's bitter. You can definitely tell it's been dry hopped, that it's a double IPA. Because especially with how dry it finishes, leaves that dry hop flavor in your mouth. You can taste pretty much like your tropical juice. It's a very tasty beer. IPAs aren't my typical go-to style beers, but you know, I appreciate all styles for what's put into the brewing process, especially when it comes to dry hopping. A very interesting process and something to be appreciated. Tried letting this warm up a little bit, but not too much. I wouldn't want to drink this too warm myself. This is definitely a slow sipping beer for me. My first one, it took me a little while to get it down. I can't slug it. Now, you can't taste the presence of alcohol. It ain't warming, you can't tell as far as alcohol goes. But it does taste strong with the hops. Thought I saw something on the glass. That's why I got a little quiet there and awkward for a second. I can be very awkward at times. Who can't? Very nice beer though. This is another one of those beers I'd really enjoy during the summer. Excuse me. It's gonna be hard for me to finish this beer uh, during this review, but I will, because I always do. Yep. See, there's that sediment from the bottom of the can. I know y'all can't see it, but I can. It's good beer. If you like your hops, and if you like your dry beer, your tropical beers, you'll probably love the far out of this. Well, I know you would love the far out of this. Very, very hop forward. And it's something my palate ain't particularly used to. I mean, nothing against them. I've just always gravitated towards your stouts, porters, you know, even your brown ales. Now, it does have a malty backbone. You can taste the sweetness. The sweetness is there. Yeah, the sweetness is definitely there. But it's on the very back end and it's very subtle. Subtle? Subtle. Subtle. That word always gives me trouble. I'm a little more mellow today. The sun ain't out, it's cloudy. Now, this morning, the sun was out, but, the storms are moving in, so So I'm a little mellow, sitting out back on the four wheeler. That's where I'm at right now, just sitting on the four wheeler. Yeah, the same shirt as yesterday. You know, going through mud and stuff. Might as well just wear the same dirty shirt. Ain't gonna mess up no clean shirt. Hair is still a little messy, Is what it is. If you like this video or any of my videos, please share it. Try to get some more people on my channel. Let's make craft beer or beer in general more appreciated instead of looked down upon for, he's drinking beer, he's gonna get drunk. That beer has a high alcohol percentage, he's just trying to get drunk. No, you know, spread the word about good beer and appreciation for what it is. Same goes with for brandies or anything. Different beers are brewed to be in the different styles they are. Now you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna hate on like high gravities or ice beers, but that flavor that they don't like, it's brewed to taste the way it is. It don't make it a bad beer. That does not make it a bad beer. They were brewed to be that style. A lot of those beers that people hate on, they got gold medals, trophies. Appreciate something for what it is what I'm getting at. Appreciate it for what it is. And for this beer, I really appreciate this beer for what it is. It's very, to me, a thick bodied mouthfeel and lightly carbonated. Still retaining its head. Okay, I'm definitely, after swirling, I definitely see that carbonation. You can see the sediment when it's swirled. I like unfiltered beer. Uh, it kind of reminds me of when I was young, going to the grocery store with my granny, the local grocery store, and they had these jars of honey with the combs in them. And you don't see that often anymore. Unless you go into somewhere like Gatlinburg or, small honey places where they have their own little bitty beehives and, they'll keep the combs in them. That's what that reminds me of. A lot of people, they'll see the sediment and they'll be like, ew, this is unfiltered. Nasty. Nada, nada. I like an unfiltered beer. I'm going on 13 minutes now, so I'm going to drink it a little faster. Always breathe in for a few sips, breathe in through your nostrils when you're sipping it. That way you can really bring out the complexity of a beer. Yeah, you get that pininess, tropical juiciness, citrus, lemon, the dry hops. And on the back end, you get the malty sweetness. Very good beer. I'm not going to give it a rating. I'm going to leave that for people that drink more IPAs than me. And just for a little knowledge. Because I always like to throw in a little bit of knowledge on beer when I give a review. When the first beers that were really hopped were from England, they were I believe shipping it from Sorry, my allergies are getting me. I took a Zyrtec. But anyways, they were shipping it from England to India. And they realized that high alcohol and high hop keeps it more preserved, acts as a preservative. Now, they won't keep forever. Let's say you keep it a couple years, you're going to lose that hop bite. It ain't going to be near as hoppy. So you'll come out with more of a malty beer. And that's originally what were they called? Barley wines were, high alcohol. If I'm not mistaken, barley wines are around 13%. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of them. Some may even get up to 20%. Can't remember. Nah, they ain't gonna get up to no 20%. More like 13. Unless unless you want to talk Sam Adams Utopias. That's like 30%, and it's barrel aged, so you getting into whiskey territory almost. The bitterness almost makes me pucker. I'm curious about what the IBUs are. Hmm. I'm gonna take a wild guess. I could be off by 50 IBUs, but I'm gonna guess around 90. Yeah, I'm gonna guess around 90 IBUs. And don't take my word for it, because I ain't good with guessing high IBU content beers. Hmm. At least for me, it's not one of those I can drink a bunch of. So I won't get too carried away with these. Ugh. Mm. I burped a little hoppiness from that. And the squirrel would like it a lot. My pet squirrel would be reminded of smoking a doobie. Oh, also where I'm at. At one point in time, I was sitting around, and pretty much out of it. And my pet squirrel came back to me and said he was out here, out back, and ran into some very pretty big mushrooms in the cow pasture. My pet squirrel was acting all kinds of funny, telling some stories, started talking all spiritual and stuff. I love my pet squirrel. So typically from here, I just chug the rest of it, but I can't do it. I'm sorry. We're going at 19 minutes now. But this is one of those I got to sip it slow. I'm curious when I get off here. I want to go see if I can find some beer reviews on this. See what everybody else says about it. Maybe they'll mention some things that I'll realize, hey, I did taste that, you know? And that's what's always great. Always, if you're going to do a beer review or drink a beer, drink the beer first and then go watch your beer review and learn from it. It'll broaden your palate. So, you know what? I'm going to check the rest of this. Wish my belly luck. Cheers, y'all. Peace.